It's your pal Susan. I want to talk to you about something this Sunday that actually doesn't get said very often or even out loud. What is it? Most of the women we know aren't struggling with confidence. They're struggling with because they're pretending to be happy and they don't even realize it. You can have a good life and still feel something shifting inside. You can be grateful and still feel restless. In this week's Sunday Reset, I'm talking about the identity gap, the space between the happiness you show and the truth you're quietly living. And if that feels familiar, this conversation's for you. Let's talk about the quiet shift where you look at your life and you say, well, it works. There's love, there's stability, there's responsibility. Nothing's obviously wrong, but inside, there's restlessness, a thinning of enthusiasm, a quiet sense of desperation. This doesn't work anymore. You're not miserable, but you're not fully alive in your life either. And that space, that's the identity gap. It's a version of happiness that you've learned. Most of us learned early what happy looks like. Be pleasant, be grateful, don't complain, keep things smooth. That version of happiness, perhaps you needed that just to get through whatever it is that you had to get through. You were taught it's functional. Just be happy. Put a smile on your face. Perhaps it keeps relationships stable, or does it? Perhaps it keeps conflict low, or does it? Perhaps it keeps you liked. Is that really true? You're the only one that can really like you. Everything else, that's gravy. And you probably needed that version just to keep things moving along. It helped you build a life. But here's what happens over time. You change. We all change. Your tolerance changes. Your energy changes. Your desires get clearer. Your conversations with yourself deepen. And the version of happiness you once needed starts to feel like a performance. And here's why fake it till you make it does not work. You can't fake confidence. You can't fake motivation. You cannot fake long-term alignment. If you keep telling yourself, I'll be happy when something shifts, your nervous system will tell you, and your body will start telling you. It will show up differently, perhaps as irritation, pain, inflammation, exhaustion, emotional numbness, low-level resentment, and anger. Yeah, not because you're broken, but because you've outgrown something. It could be a thought, a belief, a system, whatever it was, again, with total appreciation of where it got you to now. And who are you asking to be? Truly. It's not being dramatic. It's about evolution. We all evolve. And this time in your life, it's really, truly about evolution. Know that gratitude isn't the enemy. This is important to know. You see, you can love your family and appreciate your life deeply and still feel ready for something more. Gratitude and growth can exist at the same time. When you use gratitude to silence your evolution, I should be happy with what I have. Self-trust starts to weaken because you stop listening. So where does self-trust come in? It's not loud. It's that quiet ability to say, you know what? I'm not happy. And I'm not fully aligned with who I'm asking to be. I'm not quite sure, but I know there's something more for me. It's that courage to notice the shift without blowing up your life. When you override that quiet knowing repeatedly, the identity gap just widens. And when you honor it gently by being in the question of your life, what would I love? What would I love? The gap begins to close. So what closes that gap? You don't close the identity gap with this dramatic reinvention. I mean, that doesn't work. I don't know about you, but I tried that. Okay, I'm gonna, right, from now on, You close it in small moments where you honor your word to yourself, when your behavior reflects what you know to be true for you. It's not being loud and dramatic. It's just more of choosing you and who you're asking to be in the world. That's self-trust in motion. And that's, how do I do that, Susan? Sit down. I'm a big believer in writing everything out. So sit down and just ask yourself, what would I love? And then write, no matter how crazy, write it down, write it down, write it down, write it down, write it down. And then choose which one is the most doable. Because when you honor what you know with what you do, that's how you build self-trust in you. Ooh, it rhymes. If this feels familiar, you don't have to overhaul your entire life. One bold step. Notice one place in what you wrote where you can be less performative and slightly more yourself. Because each slightly more yourself builds that trust in you. One conversation, one choice, one pause. You don't need a dramatic reinvention. You need one bold adjustment to every day that aligns with who you're asking to be in creating a life you love. So go back and look at that list and say, okay, whatever that is for you. I want to be a clown in the circus. I want to, whatever that is for you. I want to start walking out in the woods. I want to ride my bike around where I live. I want to meet somebody amazing who's juicy and sexy and lives in abundance. I want to have a different kind of job in which I'm contributing to the world, plus bringing in lots of money. Whatever that is for you. Okay, this is your one true precious life. Isn't it time you started to live it from the happiness deep inside? So pick one thing, whatever it is. And what's one bold step I could take this week that would adjust me and align me in creating a life I love with true happiness? That's how the identity gap begins to close, saying yes to what's next, one bold step at a time. Let me know how this pops for you if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Susan Lazar Hart, Coaching Fearless Women Rising. Press subscribe, like, tell a friend, because you know what I always say when two or more are gathered, what can we create? And pop in your comments. I check in every day. And if you want to be part of a community that's growing and challenging ourselves in being fearless, come on over to Fearless Women Rising. We'd love to have you join us on our Facebook group. Mwah. Susan Lazar Hart, your transformational mindset coach, saying bye-bye for today. Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless woman you came here to be, because the world needs more of you and that special sauce, not less. Big love from Montreal. Mwah. Have a great one. Bye-bye.